Tamasa, ignorance, andasya, darkness, dushparasya, difficult to cross, adhya, now, pargam, crossing over, sat, transcendental, chakshu, eye, janmanam, of birth, ante, at the end, labdham, attained, me, my, tvat, anugraha, by your mercy. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada Ji ki Jai. Your Lordship is my only means of getting out of the darkest region of ignorance, because you are my transcendental I, which by your mercy only I have attained after many, many births. Purport. This verse is very instructive, since it indicates the relationship between the spiritual master and the disciple. The disciple or conditioned soul is put into the darkest region of ignorance, and therefore is entangled in the material existence of sense gratification. It is very difficult to get out of this entanglement and attain freedom. But if one is fortunate enough to get the association of a spiritual master like Kapila Muni or his representative, then by his grace one can be delivered from the mire of ignorance. The spiritual master is therefore worshipped as one who delivers the disciple from the mire of ignorance with the light of the torch of knowledge. The word pargam is very significant. Pargam refers to one who can take the disciple to the other side. This side is conditioned life. The other side is a life of freedom. The spiritual master takes the disciple to the other side by opening his eyes with knowledge. We are suffering simply because of ignorance. By the instructions of the spiritual master, the darkness of ignorance is removed, and thus the disciple is enabled to go to the side of freedom. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita that after many, many births, one surrenders to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Similarly, if after many, many births, one is able to find a bona fide spiritual master and surrender to such a bona fide representative of Krishna, one can be taken to the side of light. Om Jnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasme Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaham Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jutapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadhavaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sangitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Amitam Cha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tat Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Vanchakalpa Tarubhyakshi Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. So we welcome all the Vaishnavas to this early morning class on Srimad Bhagavatam. We're reading from the glories of devotional services, Canto 3, Chapter 25. Tasya tam tamaso andasya dushparsadya pargam satchakshur janmanamante labdham me tvad anugraha. So Mother Devhuti is preparing herself to open a dialogue with his dear son Kapila Muni, understanding that my son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She has heard from her father, she has heard from Lord Brahmaji, she has heard from her husband Kardamba Muniji, that this son is not an ordinary, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in one sense, just like Arjuna and Krishna, their friends, Sakhas, but in that battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna is confused in chapter 1, and then he says, Karpanya dosho pathvava prichyami tam dharam samud cheta. He said, I am bewildered what to do, what not to do. I'm in ignorance. Prichyami tam. Shishya seham shadimam tam parpannam. I become your disciple. So here, Mother Devhuti, understanding properly that my role of mother is there, but my son is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, I must take the position of a disciple. And my son is my guru. Let me get instructions from him. And it's very obvious, vivid here, very clear that in these 3 verses, verse 7, 8, and 9, she keeps using the word tamaso and andasya. Andasya is andha, darkness, blinded. Tamaso means ignorance. In all these 3 verses, she's saying, I'm fallen. I'm taken away by the sense gratification process. My senses are bewildered. I'm in ignorance. That was the verse of yesterday. Today she's saying, this ignorance, this darkness of ignorance, tamasvandasya, with that I'm stuck. Dushparsadya. Dushparsadya means something like you're like stuck in a dark tunnel. Assume you're stuck in a dark tunnel of 10 miles long. You don't know what to do. It's darkness. The only solution is to go to the other side of the tunnel. How you go? Who is going to show you the light? Who will hold your hand? Who will tell you how to maneuver in the tunnel? Very scary. Slippery. Sometimes we call this material life is like walking on the sword. Very slippery. You go on left, you go on right, you can cut yourself. So that kind of tunnel, dushparsadya. Or example given is this ocean. You are in the middle of the ocean and you have no idea what to do. You need somebody who can do pargam, par karana. Hindi mein bolte hain par kara diya. So that word pargam means somebody. Here Mother Devahuti is saying, you are my pargam. You will take me on the other side. You will take me from this darkest tunnel of sense gratification. How? You will give me such a chakshur, transcendental eye. Now, physically in the tunnel of the ocean, you may see that, okay, I need good eyes to see, not to slip, not to fall, not to go to the left or the right, stay on the track and get to the other side of the tunnel. But here, such chakshu, the transcendental eye, refers to the transcendental knowledge. Transcendental knowledge that's hidden in the scriptures. That's penned down by Lord Ganeshji. We had Ganesh Chaturdashi 2 days ago. Spoken by Srila Vyasadeva. Scriptures, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. These are penned down by Lord Ganeshji. That knowledge is what such chakshur it refers to. But knowledge is again hidden in the Shastra, so you need Guru. Here in this case, in Mother Devahuti's case, Guru is Swayam, Hubahu, Lord Krishna's incarnation, Kapila Muni. In many of our lives, Krishna manifests as internally as Guru in the heart of the disciple, and externally he manifests as spiritual master Guru. And then she used the Bhagavad Gita language, Janmanam ante labdham, Bahunam Janmanam ante, Gyanamam mam prapadete. After many births, Janmanam ante, labdham, I have received. What I have received, just chakshur, the transcendental knowledge. Me tad anugrahat. I have received, not I have received, but I became patra. I became qualified, not by my own, but tad anugrahat, by your divine mercy. So this is Mother Devahuti's. I was thinking, she is not bewildered. She is not a conditioned soul. She is daughter of Swambhu Manu, the first son of Lord Brahmaji. She is daughter of Swambhu Manu. She is daughter of Swambhu Manu. She is wife of Kadamba Muniji. She is mother of Kapila Muni, the Lord himself. How she can be a bewildered soul? She is not a bewildered soul. She is as pure as you can get. Purest of the pure. But Jad Jad Charati Shrestha. She is showing the path by her own example. That how you approach Guru. She is approaching his son as in the position of a Guru. And she is showing us how to approach a Guru. By taking humble position. By telling the Guru that I don't know much. I'm stuck in the tunnel, I'm stuck in the ocean. I need to go on the other side. Srila Prabhupada beautifully shares in the purport how we're on this side, bound by the three modes, and we need to go to the other side to have freedom. This side of the tunnel, this side of the ocean, going other side of the tunnel, other side of the ocean. That's freedom. We're bound by the three modes, but we get free by this knowledge. So these are a few points that's come to my mind. I have a few verses in my PowerPoint I can share. We can do here. So this verse, it comes in Skanda Purana. It's explained Lord Shiva and Parvati, they're glorifying Guru. We chant all the time before our Bhagavatam class, before Bhagavad Gita class. Om Gyan Timarandasya. Here again the word Andasya. The word here is Andasya. Okay. And this word Andasya, the darkness, Timarandasya, darkness of ignorance, Agyan, ignorance. And this Guru is very nicely, Lord Shiva was saying, Shri Guru Namhe. To this Guru I pay my obeisances, who has opened my eyes, Unmilitam Jaina, Tasme, he is my Guru. He has opened, Unmilitam, he has opened my Chakshur, who has opened my eyes. Again, not necessarily physically, but on a subtle level, on the level of the mind and the heart, he has given me the knowledge. Divya Gyan Hirde Prakashito. In my heart, that transcendental knowledge is given to me by my Shri Guru. I pay him obeisances. Gyananjana Shalakaya, that ointment of the knowledge he has put in my eyes. Just like that kajal is put in the eyes by the Shalakaya. So this verse is very important. We hear, and then here also in the purport, Srila Prabhupada used the word fortunate. Some of us who become fortunate, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quoted this verse to Srila Rupa Goswami when they meet in Allahabad, Prayag. Brahmanda Brahmite Kone Bhagavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lata Bij. So this Bhagavan, fortunate soul, is one who has been wandering around. Brahmanda Brahmite Kone. Brahmanda. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purports that this Brahmand is not just this earthly planet, Bhumandal, but many, many other planetary systems. Sometimes this living entity takes birth in higher, in many other, as demigods, or sometime even in Patal Lok, sometime in many other 8,400,000 species and moving around in different planetary systems. Brahmanda, Brahmite, he's taking tour. Brahman karna, tour, you take tour, you move around, you go around. This living entity is going around. But sometime by the mercy, Prabhupada writes many places in his books that somehow or another, by the mercy of the devotee, with mercy of Krishna consciousness movement, this conditioned soul becomes Bhagavan. Garam Prabhu was mentioning when he spoke in the temple that we become Bhagavan, we become fortunate when we start hearing, when we start developing interest in Krishna Katha. And we become more fortunate when we constantly hear Krishna Katha. And we become most fortunate when we hear Krishna Katha constantly in the association of devotees. That Bhagyavan, when that Jiva becomes that kind of fortunate, most fortunate, we should understand that he has received mercy of Krishna in the heart of the devotee and mercy of Guru also externally. And that prasad has given to him, and the Bhakti Lata beach has been sown in the heart of the devotee. Here, Uddhava, when Uddhava asked questions in 11th canto, I need to keep track of time, sorry, to Krishna about the Jnana Yoga, the Ashtanga Yoga, the Bhakti Yoga, prescribed duties, Varnashram. And here Lord Krishna himself taking the position of Guru for Uddhava. He chants this verse beautifully, Nidhyam, Adhyam, Sulabham, Sudurlabham, Pallavam, Sukalpavam, Guru Karanadharam. Lord Krishna tells Uddhava that this Guru, he is Karanadharam. Karanadharam means the captain of that ship, of that boat, Pallavam. Which kind of boat? The boat which is like the human existence, human body, which is Sudurlabham, very difficult to get. But somehow or another, Sulabham, he has gotten, living entity has gotten that human body, like that kind of a boat. Pallavam is received by the living entity. But that Pallavam is stuck in the ocean. And Guru Karandharam, Guru as a captain can guide that boat, that Pallavam, to the other side of the ocean, to the side of freedom. Maya anukulena na bhasvat itram. Na bhasvatam means the winds, anukulena, favorable winds. And Krishna's instructions, Krishna says, Maya anukulena na bhasvatram. My instructions are the favorable winds. The knowledge from the scriptures, they are the favorable winds that captain depends on. He uses Guru to guide that Pallavam, that boat of human existence. And then Puman Bhavad. Some people not Aryat, they don't want to cross that ocean. Abhidham means ocean. Bhava means that particular ocean of material existence. Some human beings, not Aryat, they don't want. Krishna says they are Sa Atmaha. They are the killer of the soul. They don't care about their soul. That's what it means. Killer of the soul means don't care about the journey of the soul. They want to be stuck in that dark tunnel. They want to be stuck on this side of the ocean. So these are a few points on the Guru's Mahima. And I also want to share quickly, we have now only 4 minutes, the humility of Mother Devahuti, how she has laid down this path of humility, how you approach Guru. Here Srila Sanatana Goswami also in our Gaudiya Parampara, he shows when he approaches Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Varanasi, says, Tabe Sanatan Prabhu Charana Dhariya Daine Vinati Kare Dante Tanna Lana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sanatana Goswami approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by having straw in his mouth. Vinati Kare Dante Tanna Lana. Then what he says, very important here, Nicha Jati, Nicha Sangi, Patita Adhama. Kuvisha Kupe Padi Goina Janama. Sanatana Goswami said, I was born in a low family. Nicha Jati, and my associates are all low-class men, Nicha Sangi. I myself am fallen, Patita Adhama, Kuvishya Kupe, and I am the lowest of men. Indeed, I have passed my whole life fallen in the bell of sinful materialism. Same that andasya, that same language here, what Devahuti mother is using. And then he says, Apanara hita hita kichu nahi jani, gramya behvare pandita tai satyamani. Now this verse is $1 million. Here Sanatana Goswami says, I do not know what is beneficial for me. Apanara hita hita. I don't know what is beneficial. Kichu nahi jani. I have no idea. But Gramya Behvare Pandita Tai Satyajani. But the people in my village, Gramya, they say you are Pandit. Gramya Behvare Pandita. They are saying all my associates, all my company, all my people around me, all my ministers, all my subjugated people, they all are telling me in my village that you are very learned. Tai Satya Mani. I took that as truth. So that's the position of the living entity. We are told by a few people that you're very learned, you're very nice, you're very humble, you're very gentle, and then you're very good bhakta, you're very, very good aarti singer and whatnot, good cook. We take that as satya. But here Sanatana Goswami is saying that's not right. Tabe Sanatan Prabhu Charana Dhariya Danya Vinati Kare Dante Trinarana. Putting a straw in his mouth and bowing down, Sanatana Goswami clasped the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and humbly spoke. He says, Ke Ami, Kenamya, Jare Tapatriya. Here, Tapatriya, again, same word as Devahuti, Mother Devahuti mentioning that I am inflicted by the three modes of nature, by Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik, Adhyatmic, Tapatriya. Ke Ami, who am I? Why do their threefold misery always give me? Kene Ame, Iha Nahi Jani. I do not know this. How can I be benefited? This is Sanatana Goswami's, and here Srila Prabhupada's. I think I missed it. Srila Prabhupada also write, Bhakti nahi, Veda nahi, Name khub dharo, Bhakti Vedanta name sarthak karo. I have no devotion, nor do I have any knowledge, but I have strong faith in the holy name of Krishna. I haven't designated as Bhakti Vedanta, and now if you like, you can fulfill the real purport of Bhakti Vedanta. Just 2 days ago was the day when Srila Prabhupada arrived in Boston Harbor on that Jaladuta, and he wrote this poem. And this is the last verse of Srila Prabhupada. He writes, this is also in the line of Mother Devahuti, showing his incapability, that you, Krishna, you have given me the name Bhakti Vedanta, but I have no idea, but I don't have bhakti and I don't have the knowledge. Nai Veda, neither bhakti, but you do what you like to do. You make me dance, make me dance as you like. So we will end here. And we pray to Mother Devahuti to also empower us so we can go deeper into our hearts and find our ignorance and ask Krishna to deliver us from that ignorance. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Devakinandan. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. And we'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Shri Nrsimha Jai Nrsimha Jai Jai Nrsimha
Jai
Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringam Ugra Veera Mahavishnu Lokam Pancham Vishnu Bhadram Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai, Prahlad ki Jai. Let's offer humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. Vancha
Kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyasya Titanam
Pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Namo Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai,
Jai.
Srila ki Jai,
Jai.
Gaur Premanande.
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Thank you, Devakinandan.
Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
wonderful class.
Hare
Thank you, Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare